Alright, hello guys, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena draft video. Today, we're going to dive into some more Core Set 2021. Sorry, I was drinking a little bit of a water there, but yeah, haven't had a second video yet, so let's get one started. And yeah, about the set, I think I would rank white as the best color now. I mean, the fact that they just have better commons than most of the other archetypes. Most of the other colors makes it very appealing. I had red ranked as the best color and then followed by white, but now I'm convinced that white is probably the best color. Like red, the reason why I ranked it a little bit higher was due to the fact that they had Scorching Dragonfire and Shock at common and Chandra's Magma as an excellent 2-drop. But white also have some very excellent 4-drops like the Basri's Acolyte, the Gale Swooper, Daybreak Charger, Anointed Chorister, which have been very excellent at common, as well as Swift Response and Feat of Resistance. So overall, I've been really impressed by white, but we'll see what we end up drafting today. Alright, let's finally get a draft started. Core Set 2021, let's begin the draft. What do we open? For our pack 1, pick 1. Did we get lucky? Did we not? Well, that's a pretty bad rare. Basically, a 2-mana Anticipate at sorcery speed. Looking at the uncommons, there's a Griffin Airy, which is a payoff for the white-black life gain deck, although it's a little bit difficult to pull off. There's a Sanctum of Stonefangs, which I think it's okay. It's best always if you can get out on turn 2, but I don't think it's a card that can automatically win you the game just because you can get out on turn 2. Plays best in the white-black life gain deck that can be a little bit more aggressive. Obviously, it's a little bit worse than a Sit compared to Ill-Gotten Inheritance in Ravnica Allegiance, since the Ill-Gotten Inheritance could also be paid 6 to sack for 4 and dream the opponent for 4 while enabling Spectacle. I think in this pack we have a choice between Chandra's Magma and Capture Sphere, and I think I like Chandra's Magma the best. Overall, just a very excellent 2-drop. I would rate red higher than blue in this set, and you definitely want to have those early 2-drops in this set, and Chandra's Magma is quite excellent. And there's just a 2-lich being passed to us, okay. And then the best common in this pack, it's debatable between Drowsing Tyrannodon or Llanowar Visionary. I think in the vacuum, Llanowar Visionary is better than Drowsing Tyrannodon, but Drowsing Tyrannodon is really excellent if you can set up a nice green aggressive deck where you can enhance this with +1/+1 counters and put a 4-power creature right into play ASAP. Yeah, seeing a Teferi's 2-lich pass to us from our right might signal that a blue control deck could be open, so I don't mind taking it here, and taking this early means that we have time to build around it. And there's definitely a really powerful win condition in this set, and there's a lot of card draw as well in this set, so it's pretty easy to build a really powerful Teferi's 2-lich control deck. Otherwise, if this wasn't this pack, it would be a pretty interesting debate between whether we want Drowsing Tyrannodon or Llanowar Visionary, and I would probably still take the Llanowar Visionary. Having one copy in a green deck is quite nice, but in terms of raw power level, taking it to Teferi's 2-lich early is the right pick, so I'll take it here. Followed up by the Teferi's 2-lich. Well, we have some excellent black card. There's an Eliminate and a Scythe. Okay, and then there's also Rousing Reed for blue. So, we could just be in this nice blue-black control deck, and the Eliminate would be quite excellent. Malefic Scythe is probably a better card, and something I would take in a pack 1, pick 1 scenario, but it doesn't really play well in the black-blue control deck, while Eliminate is always an excellent removal spell that you can use in the black-blue control deck. Malefic Scythes would play well in the Chandra's Magma decks where you're playing lots of creatures and you're looking to sacrifice. In a vacuum, it is a better card, but giving past a Teferi's 2-lich is a sign that the blue control deck is open, and I don't mind moving into like maybe a blue-black control deck with Eliminate as an excellent removal spell. Rousing Reed would be the more conservative option. I think it's a really good card, and it does have a good synergy with the Teferi's 2-lich, but Eliminate overall is just a very solid card, and I don't really want to miss out on one if we do end up in black-blue control. Here, this pack is not amazing. We could just take a Mistral Singer, although it's not something I really want in the black-blue control deck. Um, I guess if we end up in like blue-red spells, it can be pretty solid. Otherwise, I don't really see anything good in this pack. It looks like a bit of a blank, so we'll take a Mistral Singer. We could play it, we could not. Idol of Endurance, not a card that I'm really happy about. I think this card is a little bit overrated, and every single time I've seen this card in action or played it, it's a little bit too slow. White wants to be very aggressive, so you don't really want to do turn 3, do nothing. It can be fine if you can make it into the late game and you manage to trade off a lot of creatures, and you're at a board stall against the opponents, and you need some card advantage, so the Idol of Endurance can reanimate all your creatures. Yeah, this pack doesn't look amazing. I could just take a Skeleton Archer, given that we were just passing Eliminate, signifying that black could just be open. And yeah, Teferi's Tutelage and Eliminate in being passed could signify that a blue-black control deck is possible. Otherwise, the Wall Runes can be okay, but we'll take a Skeleton Archer. Okay, there's a late Daybreak Charger as an excellent 2-drop. I could just take Read the Tides. It does play well to Tutelage, and is a card that you do want in the blue-black control deck as a nice curve topper that can draw you a bunch of cards or play defense by bouncing stuff back. The Daybreak Charger is the best common in this pack overall, but I don't know if we're going to draft a white aggressive deck, given that our first 5 picks. The only card that does play well in the white aggressive deck, I guess, is the Chandra's Magnet, or maybe Mistral Singer, but Mistral Singer is better in, like, I guess, blue-red spells anyways. So we'll take the Read the Tides. We could be in a like blue-red control deck or blue-black control deck, and I do want to leverage this Teferi's Tutelage, given that it's passed to us. Easy opt, excellent in the blue control decks. Synergizes with Teferi's Tutelage, enables prowess, and helps find our Tutelage. So I think it's an easy opt here. And, well, there's a Rise Again and Spine Megalodon. So Blue-Black Reanimator could be open, and it's definitely my favorite 2-color combination in this set. Not due to its power level, since it's really like a Tier 2 deck, but it's just really fun. And I think I liked my first copy of Rise Again over the Spine Megalodon, since the only reason why you play Spine Megalodon is to reanimate it with Rise Again. So I'd rather have my first copy of Rise Again, and we could pick up like a Waker Waves in the next pack that we want to reanimate, so sure, we'll take the Rise Again, and maybe we can gear up for a nice blue-black control deck. Could play a 2-mana Sorcery Speed Anticipate. It doesn't really draw us a card, but maybe it can help us find our Teferi's Tutelage, so we'll take it here. And Vodalian Arcanist is perfect in these blue-black control decks, especially if you need to ramp out cards like Rise Again, Read the Tides, or Eliminate, or even Finishing Blows. So it seems like blue-black control seems to be the open colors that we're picking up on, if I'm not mistaken. There was a couple of green cards, but they were not exciting, like the Fierce Empath is not a card that I'm happy to play. But yeah, red seems a little bit cut off. White definitely seems cut off, and green didn't seem to have anything important. Even the late Wall Runes to help us with a blue control deck. So yeah, I think we're just going to force a blue-black Reanimator deck, and I am quite happy that we're drafting this color, because it's really fun, and I'm looking for something different from aggro that I'm used to drafting. I guess it's an easy Roaming Ghostlight as an excellent 5-drop, pretty good to reanimate, also a nice win condition if you can't get there with the mill strategy. In the pack 1 pick 1 scenario, I think it would be an interesting debate between Basri's Acolyte and the Heartfire Immolator. And I did rate red as the best color in this set when I first started, but I could be convinced that white is the best color. So it would be a pretty interesting option between these two. Probably still take the Heartfire Immolator since it's a 2-drop and very efficient, and goes well in any red deck, especially red-blue. But here I'll just take a Roaming Ghostlight as an excellent 5-drop for a blue-black control deck. Could just take a second Vodalian Arcanist. Best common in this pack is by far the Spellgorger Weird. I mean, I could just take the Spellgorger Weird, why not? We didn't see a lot of red in our last pack, but red could be open from our left-hand side. There's no amazing black cards. I mean, I don't think I'll miss out much on the Vodalian Arcanist since I have one already. It could even wheel. So I'll speculate on the Spellgorger Weird being an option in case we do end up in blue-red spells. There's another Spellgorger Weird being passed, as well as a Turn to Slag. But I think here I'll just take the Rousing Read as a nice way to synergize with our Teferi's Tutelage, keeps ourselves in blue, and could play nicely with the Library Larcenist, giving it flying, or any future giant creatures that we can reanimate with our Rise Again. It's also pretty decent in blue-red spells, and it is a blue card for us, so we'll take a Rousing Read. Okay, do I like a Shipwreck Dowser? It's pretty good. I mean, in blue-red spells and blue-black control. I think I like it enough better that I'll take it over Capture Sphere and Spine Megalodon. Great way to get back our Eliminates, our Rise Agains to recast them again, and future Grasp of Darkness or Finishing Blows. Also wouldn't mind a Capture Sphere here, but I think Shipwreck Dowser, seeing that it's this late, does signify a blue control deck is open, and I'm quite happy picking it up. That is a turn to slag, but I could just take a Rise Again. Do I really want to speculate on red? We didn't see any amazing red in the last pack, and probably someone already gobbled up all the Shocks and the Scorching Dragonfires. Turn to slag is fine, but maybe we just want to stick with blue-black control, and the second Rise Again would be quite excellent, so we'll take it here. Ooh, and yep, rewarded. Alright, I'm happy seeing this card. Definitely a sign that blue-black control is open. There's also Alp, which would also be excellent in our deck. Fed Imp would be fine, but yeah, Obsessive Stitcher, excellent 3-drop, helps us loot, can be a 4-mana reanimation spell for any expensive creatures that we pick up, so definitely guess the right colors. Blue-black control it is. And late Grasp of Darkness. Ooh, we're definitely going to get rewarded next pack. And then there's Feat of Resistance. I think in pack 1, pick 1, I still rate Grasp of Darkness higher than Feat of Resistance, but come on now. Let's take it here. This is going to be a really fun deck, and I can't wait to try this out. I think I'm happy taking my first Spine Megalodon here as an excellent creature to reanimate in the blue-black control deck. All the Waker Waves would also be similar at the same power level. The fact that this has Hexproof makes it a great target, so we can loot these away early on, reanimate them on turn 4, the Obsessive Stitcher, or on turn 5 at the Rise Again, and this can be quite powerful. And imagine a Rousing Read on this, it's literally going to just win you the game. So we'll take a nice Spine Megalodon at 7. Don't know if Library Larcenist is going to make the cuts. It could. It does have synergy with the Teferi's Tutelage, but the fact is getting an attack in could be difficult. Don't know if Seed of Truth is going to make it either. We could just opt and essentially just loot some cards away with the Obsessive Stitcher or future Teferi's Protege. So I'll put them in the sideboard for now. But yep, I'll take a Fetid Imp over to Wall of Runes just as a nice defensive creature that we can trade off. So definitely getting rewarded taking the Teferi's Tutelage in the pack 2, pack 1, pick 2, since it was a sign that a blue control deck was open, and this gives us options to like be in this nice blue-black Reanimator deck. Could play a second Read the Tides. That is a late Conclave Mentor being passed. I think in the real life pod I would hate draft it since I don't really want to Read the Tides, but I'll take it here. Conclave Mentor is quite excellent, and well, I guess I don't mind a second Spine Megalodon since we do have a couple reanimation spells and we could increase our chances of picking them up. So yep, and even a Fetid Imp late, wow. Yeah, we're definitely doing it. So what does this deck need? A couple more removal spells and we're fine. We have a bit of a gap at 4. Maybe a Teferi's Protege can help us loot. Ooh, and I do love myself a Pestilent Haze in these control decks. Nice sweeper against the aggro decks. And most of our creatures, I think, are going to be at 3 toughness, should be okay. Mistral Stinger, I guess, at least gets a prowess trigger. I don't even know if I'm going to end up playing it, to be honest. Our Fed Imps die, but that's still fine. Maybe we can still trade off our Fed Imps before we cast the Pestilent Haze, but it's just too good. If Pestilent Haze wasn't in this pack, I think I would take a Teferi's Protege here, since it synergizes so well with our Tutelage. And we need to find ways to discard these Spine Megalodons early, but I'm not going to pass up on the Pestilent Haze here. Don't think I need a Spine Megalodon. I mean, I don't think I need a Jeskai Elder. I don't think we're that type of deck that's looking to connect. Could actually take a Keen Glide Master, like giving one of our Spine Megalodons flying can be a win condition, or I could just be stretching it so far. I don't think I need a third Spine Megalodon. I think it might be overkill. So I'll speculate on the Keen Glide Master here. I don't think it's going to be in our deck. It plays better in like a white-blue Flyers deck that's looking to be very aggressive and creature heavy. The only targets I'm happy flying over to Spine Megalodon, so We'll see if it works out. I'll put it on the deck, but it might not make the cut. That's a late Frantic Inventory. Do we need one? I guess there's a Sanctum of Calm Waters, which I don't mind here. It is 4 mana and quite slow, but I think it's a little bit too late for those Frantic Inventories. I think it's enough better than these the Wishcoin Crab and Skeleton Archer that we're just going to take it here as a nice way to help us loot. Like, how many ways do we have to draw cards? The Opt, I guess. Teferi Sulich comes with card draw. Obsessive Stitcher, Roaming Ghostlight. Yeah, not too many ways to draw cards. Maybe Read the Tides, but I think we need to find a way to loot through our deck. So I'll take a Sanctum here, and hopefully we can stabilize and get there. Now I'll take a Skeleton Archer on 4 over the second Wall of Runes. There's also a Cancel, which I could consider at 3, but I think we do have a huge gap at 4 that we need to fill before we can play a Cancel, so I'll take a Skeleton Archer. Well, I guess now there's a Wishcoin Crab we could take. I'm not really high. I don't think I need a Walking Corpse or a second Wall of Runes. I think that's overkill. And Double Spine Megalodon should be enough, I believe, since we don't even have that much reanimation. Guess I'll just take a Wishcoin Crab. I could maybe cut a Skeleton Archer for it. Don't mind a third Rise again. I could take as many of these as I can. And we can just start ditching these Spine Megalodons and reanimating them early. Or reanimating the Roaming Ghostlights. Also pretty nice combo, the Shipwreck Dowser, just reanimating them and replaying them again, so that's quite nice. I mean, I guess I could just play a million Skeleton Archers and ditch the Witchcoin Crab, I don't know. Another Spine Megalodon, yeah, no love given to Blue-Black Control, what's going on? It's not a bad archetype, it's definitely quite solid. I guess I'll take a Peer into the Abyss. And do I want another Vodalian Arcanist? I guess 2 is fine, I'll take a Cancel, I couldn't even main deck it. Even the Jeskai Elderbeam pass, so blue was definitely open, especially blue-black. Don't think I need a Frantic Inventory as a random cantrip. I'll take it anyways, since maybe I can hate draft it and be a bit of a meanie. Okay, so yeah, blue-black was open, but our deck seems okay. I guess there just wasn't enough stuff, I guess, for us in the last pack. But it seems fine. We do have Pestle and Haze, Grasp of Darkness, Eliminate as our removal spells. Roaming Ghostlight can maybe tempo the players out. Triple Rise Again is quite nice. I could cut a Rise Again though. Like, do we really need all this reanimation? Even another late Vodalian Arcanist. So I could just cut the Wall of Runes, although it helps us scry. The Wall of Runes does play well against the early... if the opponent does have a Hollow Blade, then we might not need the Wall of Runes to hold it off, but it's still going to die eventually. So what do we have with the Vodalian Arcanist? I guess I don't mind Read the Tides as card draw. Also Triple Rise Again seems fine. Could actually help with the cancels as well as the Pestle and Haze, so I could just ditch the Wall of Runes, I think. Although it is a fine blocker on turn 1. But we do need 5 cuts. I do like the Shipwreck Dowser. I do like the double Spine Megalodon plus the Read the Tides and the Shipwreck Dowser. I could ditch a Skeleton Archer here. Maybe I could just cut one Vodalian Arcanist because 2 might be enough. Mistral Singer doesn't seem like something we want in this type of deck. Like, sure, it's a flyer, but we aren't going to pump it too much. And a 3-mana 2/2 flyer isn't all that amazing, so we're also not looking to be aggressive, so I can ditch this Mistral Singer instead. Rousing Read is nice, especially with the Spine Megalodons, if we can get it flying. I could cut the Cancel. What does the Cancel play well with? I guess it does play well with the activation of the Obsessive Stitcher, but that's pretty much it. I think most of our... I guess with Grasp of Darkness and Eliminate, but most of our stuff is at sorcery speed anyway, so I don't even know if we need a Cancel. The Sanctum can help with the Teferi's Tutelage, of course, but it is 4 mana and it is quite slow, but it does really help us loot. But I could also consider cutting it, to be honest, given that the fact that I think I like my 2s here just to play defense, the Double Fat Imp, Vodalian Arcanist, and Wall to help us scry. But, I mean, it does allow us to kind of filter with the Tutelage and increases our clock. and it also helps us find our Tutelage. So I think we actually keep the Sanctum here, and maybe we can ditch another 4-drop. Do we need the Witchcoin Crab? It's a better blocker than the Skeleton Archer, but I think I prefer the Skeleton Archer maybe, since it can deal 1 damage to something. I don't know if that's too relevant. I don't know, the last 2 cuts are hard. Maybe I just do cut to cancel here. But it does play well in our control deck. The Pet Imps don't play well the Pestilent Hazes, but at least they can play defense, and they can be quite annoying. I do like the Pestilent Haze in these decks, of course. Do I cut a Rise again? Maybe 3 is too much. Like, maybe 2 Rise Agains and then Obsessive Stitcher could be fine enough. Since we also have Teferi's Tutelage as a win condition, that we don't need these stuck in our hands, so I could just ditch a Rise Again. And the final cut could just be cancel, I think. But again, cancel could be fine in our deck. But it looks like we're going to be curving out, to be honest. And I don't know if we're going to be leaving up mana too much, since we're looking forward to just playing out all of our stuff as much as possible, and we might not have enough mana to keep up for the cancel. So I guess we can try something like this, and hopefully we can get there. Looking at the sideboard, don't think we need second Read the Tides, although we do have double Vodalian Arcanist. I still think it's fine that we don't need to Read the Tides here. I definitely think I need double Spine Megalodon, maybe one we can cast, maybe one we can reanimate, and it makes it much more easier to find this card as a reanimation target, and this is my primary reanimation target candidate besides the Roman Ghostlight. Don't think we're aggressive enough for the Mistral Stinger. I don't think the stat line on Library Larcenist is great. I don't think we need a double Vodalian Arcanist. I could also main deck See the Truth. To find our Tutelage quicker, I don't know. Maybe I can just take that over to Sanctum of Calm Waters, although the Sanctum, again, does allow us to constantly draw cards. So if we're able to control the game long enough, the Sanctum can just keep going off, and we can just find our playables. What's the Nightmare scenario? I guess the Nightmare scenario is if we end up playing against a mill deck, that can be quite bad for us. I could also consider cutting Vodalian Arcanist, but I think we might need some extra 2-drops, although the Wall of Runes can hold off and play as a 2-drop as well. This does give Pestilent Haze a discount, eliminate a discount, I guess, but we do need black. Double Rise again and Read the Tides. Maybe we don't need 2 of them. Maybe just 1 is fine. And then maybe we can add in something else. Second Read the Tides might be too ambitious for this type of deck. Could run a cancel maybe. Or See the Truth. See the Truth can actually be pretty okay. Like finding the cards that we need late in the game. Like, this can actually help us find like something that we need in case we end up flooding ourselves. Finding our Tutelage as a win condition, finding like the Rise Again or the Spine Megalodons to reanimate. I don't know. But yeah, it seems like we're going to be mostly tapping out here, and we do want a deck where we can kind of find Teferi's Tutelage as quickly as possible, I guess. So yeah, we'll try this deck out, see how it goes. Gotta keep in mind we also do have a bit of a gap at 3. Besides the Obsessive Stitcher, so hopefully our 4-drops and 2-drops can hold the ground sufficiently, or else we're just going to get run over, I think. And Shipwreck Dowser is also pretty good in this deck, getting back our removal spell, so let's try this deck out. Hopefully it overperforms as I expected. I could also ditch the second Spy Megalodon in consideration, now that I think about it, but it's going to be a little bit harder to find if this is the only copy. And the only target that we're fine reanimating without it is, I guess, like Shipwreck Dowser or the Roaming Ghostlight, maybe. I don't know here. I think just having 2 is better for this deck, so we'll try it here. And the picture, yeah, Tutelage seems good. And mana base, slightly favoring blue. Yeah, let's try this deck out. Seems pretty fun. My favorite archetype in this entire set, not gonna lie. All right, our first opponent. Let's see if he's going to be the victim, the first victim to our blue-black control deck. This hand looks pretty bad. I do have Pestilent Haze on 3. But I do have, and I do need to find Island, but maybe it could be okay since we're on a draw. A single island can give us access to Sanctum of Calm Waters, and the Pestilent Haze and Fed Imp can maybe hold off the early game. I'll risk it here. All we do need is a single blue, and we're on the draw. So we do have an extra draw step to find blue. It might not happen. It might. We'll see. But getting Sanctum down can be quite nice just to start drawing cards and finding our Teferi's Tutelage. Alright. It seems like it might be a next turn we could just use Pestilent Haze. Depending on what the opponent does here. I'm glad fine taking 2. Okay, perfect. I think I'll just use it now. Since he's in red green, there's a high possibility that he is that most of his creatures will be large, so he might as well use the Pestilent Haze now before and get a nice 2-for-1 here before he plays something large. And then now the Fed Imp can eat something large instead. And again, we still haven't drawn our blue mana, so definitely a huge risk here. So if we don't get our blue mana soon, we're going to be in trouble. Since these double spy Megalodons aren't doing anything, we need to loot them away. Alright, finally blue mana. Let's cast the Sanctum here. I think it's fine attacking. Don't think there's any need for us to play out the Wishcoin Crab. The Sanctum is good. So now what we can do is we can discard the Spy Megalodon next turn. Reanimate it on turn 5 and then put a Rousing Reed onto it to serve as a win condition. Goblin, yeah, Goblin Wizards in a, yeah, we'll take it. I guess as a May ability, we'll discard the Spy Megalodon, play land, attack for 1, I think. And then we'll just reanimate the one that's in the graveyard. And now we just have a really nice blocker again and start chipping in for a ton. And it's also hexproof, so he can't really answer it. So no more reanimation, so I'm just fine. Just might not want to draw an extra card next turn, so I guess a Rousing Reed now on the Spy Megalodon can be an excellent win condition. Do I want to draw? I do need to discard a card. Probably no need to draw. What do we discard if we draw? I do want my Wishcoin Crab out there as a good blocker. Because this turn I think I'm just going to use a Rousing Reed and keep up Grasp of Darkness or something. Yeah, this is hard. We'll decline. And then what we can do is we can Rousing Reed instead onto the Spy Megalodon as a win condition now. And I guess we can ditch a swamp, given that we just drew a bunch of them, and now I'm fine playing out the extra swamp here so I can activate the Ferlin in case he goes for an attack, and also keep up Grass. I'll bond the Wall of Runes, don't think it's going to amount too much since I have a bunch of ground blockers already. And now we can just put him in a nice clock. Hopefully he doesn't kill our Fetid Imp, but if he does, that's going to be an issue. Might have to take the hits or play out my Spy Megalodon to play defense again next turn and start swinging in the air. So yeah, Rousing Reed and Spy Megalodon, nice combo if you guys can figure this out. Nice win condition in the blue-black control decks. Although it doesn't play well against Death Touch flyers like the Fetid Imp. So that's the only main issue. Next turn I guess I'm fine still drawing with the Sanctum. Since I do have turn 7 Spy Megalodon. Guess I don't mind using the Grasp of Darkness end of turn on the Darfleet Warmonger. I'm fine taking 2. This is an indication that he does have a spell in his hand. If he has a Ranger's Guile, I'm going to make him use it now. Ooh, a Roaming Ghostlight. I guess I can bounce a token. Do I want to draw? Nah, let's not draw. I don't think I need to. I think we have a solid game plan here. We can just keep swinging in the air with the Spy Megalodons. I can also keep the 1/2 back. But maybe I'm just fine attacking with it, since my 5/7 is going to hold off his other 5/7, and then we can bottom this swamp. Next turn is game over, I think, and I can just block the 5/7. If he kills my other Spy Megalodon, that's fine. I have 6 power coming in the air. So yep, not bad. So that was our first victim. Let's see if our second victim will fall prey to the blue-black Dimir deck. Alright, so this is a horrific hand, unless we draw blue. That's the only issue, but the problem is we don't have any removal. We're on a draw, so I think I'm fine still ditching this hand. And I mean, there's a chance I could draw blue and see the truth can be quite nice, but I think this hand is still slow with the 5 drops, so we'll mulligan. Hand is a little bit better. I guess I don't mind ditching the island and being a bit greedy. Don't really want to ditch any of these 5 drops, since Shipwreck Dowser can get the Pestilent Haze back, and Roaming Ghostlight is too important for this deck. So we'll ditch an island, and hopefully we can start drawing lands and flood out a bit. Alright, opponent's in white, so hopefully this Pestilent Haze can get a nice 2 or 3 for 1. Ooh, that's a nice target. Alright then. Yeah, let's hopefully get a nice Pestilent Haze next turn. So I hopefully plays another 2 toughness creature. I'm going to be quite happy if he does. I can also be very greedy and play out the Obsessive Stitcher. Do I want to prevent 3 damage now? I could also be very greedy and try next turn, but I guess I'll be taking a lot. Huh. This is hard. So what are the chances that he's going to play a second 2-drop next turn? Guess I'll be taking 4 down to 13, and he does have an Indulgent Patrician. That's going to be quite annoying. I guess I can Shipwreck Dowser and get back my Pestilent Haze anyway, so let's just use it now. And this gets rid of Seasoned Hollowblade. He can't make it indestructible, so gotta prevent some damage here while I can, and then the Shipwreck Dowser can get back to Pestilent Haze, so I don't mind this. Alright, I guess we're gonna lose. I guess he didn't have a 2-drop anyway, so, or he could have one, I don't know. But we're gonna take some hits here. We're gonna go to 13 at the end of turn. Well, I guess this Tavern Swindler could have fell victim to it. Now he could just flip a coin and eventually get there. We have the Obsessive Stitcher to block, which I will block next turn as well. Hopefully he plays more 2 toughness creatures so our Shipwreck Dowser can own everything against the opponent. I guess it's not an issue for the Tavern Swindler to flip a coin here. Please Tails. Yep, got lucky. And another 2-drop. Okay, I'm definitely going to play out the Shipwreck Dowser here and get back the reanimation spell. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely going to get back. And then we can, end of turn, we can use the Obsessive Stitcher's ability to loot. Question is, he's probably going to pump his Annoying to Chorister and attack. I could force the pump. Ooh, a Demonic Embrace. Well then, that's not good. So now he can equip Demonic Embrace onto Indulging Patrician next turn. Yeah, we're definitely going to be in trouble. Okay. Flyers are going to get in. He's going to activate the Tavern Swindler end of turn, I think. So we're going to go down to 4 here. I guess next turn he can use the Demonic Embrace onto the Indulging Patrician as well. So we'll activate this Obsessive Stitcher. Ditch away a swamp, I think. Or an island. Doesn't matter. We'll ditch away the swamp. Yeah, I guess we're forced to activate this. I think we lose anyways, even if we activate this. to the fact that he can just demonic embrace the indulging patrician, but hopefully he doesn't see it. If it lands on head, it's game over. Okay, so we're fine. Guess I can attack him for 2. Seems kind of bad, but I think we still do it. But it's pretty much game over here, since he can just demonic embrace onto the indulging patrician. Oh, I guess he used up his last card, but I guess he's just going to discard his card with the indulging patrician anyways. And yep, it's game over. But yeah, opponent did have a nice black-white life gain deck, so I'm not going to complain here. It's good enough that I hope he gets greedy and doesn't equip, because if he does, I can just use Roaming Ghostlight to buy a turn, but he's probably not going to do that. Okay, let's just see what we could have drawn if the opponent didn't have this demonic embrace. Yep, good game. Yeah, there's no way I was going to win that. With Indulging Patrician, Hollow Blade, and the demonic embrace, the deck is too broken, I think. I don't think most people would even win that matchup, to be honest. But we could have gotten there. We managed to stabilize it. The Teferi's Tutelage could have maybe won us the game, but so be it. You can't win the ball. If the opponent didn't have demonic embrace that game, I think I would have won. You guys hear noises, I'm just eating, so bear with me. Okay, that's the last bite. We're gonna have some normal audio now. Alright, what do we have? Well, not the most amazing hand, but we do have our 2-drops that can help us stabilize and hopefully draw into something good. We're on a draw, so we do get an extra draw step. We'll keep. There's Grasp of Darkness in the deck, so I could just play Swamp first. What do I lead with? Probably the Vodalian Arcanist. Yeah, we'll lead with the Vodalian Arcanist. Don't see a reason to play Fed Imp. Although Fed Imp can attack. But am I really looking to race in the air? Getting in some extra damage in the air is pretty decent. Let's go for it. Like, he could just play a blocker, and I do want to deal some damage to him. Perhaps. Okay, well, I guess I don't mind attacking into this and then using Death Touch. That's actually quite reasonable, since he doesn't really have a good block on this, so we'll go for it. Definitely no blocks. Now, I could just play out the Vodalian Arcanist here, or play out the second Fed Imp. Maybe the second Fed Imp is fine. And I can still attack past this 1/4, since if he blocks, I can just activate this and kill. Library Larcenist is going to be an issue. Okay, I guess I can play out the Wishcoin Crab, and I still have some decent blocks. I could have attacked first, but no need to. I guess I'm happy still keeping these Fed Imps back. Opponent attacks. Guess he just wants to cycle and draw. So let's say he has a Titanic Growth. What happens? That's not going to be good. He could have the Hexproof trick. I don't know. If he wants to use it, then he'll use it. I'm just going to block with the Wish Coin. Okay, it's a fine trade. Sure. Guess he just trades a card for a card, and he's just gonna get back. Okay, that's okay. Don't think I care. Alright, I guess I can shoot down a Spore and pass, and I guess I'll attack into the Fed Imp first. So we'll do that instead. And now I guess I can shoot down the King Glidemaster, never mind. What was I thinking? Shooting down a Spore, am I drunk? So now he can no longer enable flying for the Library Larcenist. Am I fine playing out land? I think I am. I wish we had more looting effects in this deck, but unfortunately we didn't pick up our Teferi's Protege, but again we have the Sanctum. I guess you can just Fungal Rebirth and get them back and start drawing cards again. That's fine. I can still double block or trade here. Guess I'll keep the land for discard eventually, and then guess I'm fine attacking with one Fetid Imp. I think I want to eventually trade off the Fetid Imps, I don't know. I don't really want to trade the Skeleton Archer for the Shipwreck Dowser, so I guess I keep one Fetid Imp back. Or I could just double block the Shipwreck Dowser with the Wishwing Crab and the Vodalian Arcanist. But it's a high chance that he's going to enable Prowess with the Fungal Rebirth next turn. So I guess we can just attack him for one. Or I could just go for a double block anyways and kill it. And trade off the Skeleton Archer. Yeah, we'll attack him for two. I do need to pressure him. And we'll just say go. So do I double block? Titanic Growth would be pretty bad, but I guess his game plan, is to... Oh, yeah, I guess the game plan is for the Shipwreck Dowser to die, so he can just keep getting back Fungal Rebirth, so I think we just block it like this, I think. Okay, I guess he has a Ranger's Guile anyways. I guess that wastes his Ranger's Guile, I'm fine with that. And then he's planning to, I guess, constantly Fungal Rebirth his Shipwreck Dowser to get back and keep reanimating it with Fungal Birth. It's a cool combo, but I think we're fine here still. Pride Malkin, probably giving a counter to the Spore Weaver Spider. I think I don't mind that. I guess I can just eventually cast my Spine Megalodon next turn. Yeah, let's get in with the Fetid Imp and keep one of them back. And if he blocks, I'm fine giving it Death Touch. I guess he can just reanimate with the Fungal Birth anyways, but that's okay. We'll say go. Eventually, we will cast our Spine Megalodon, find a Rousing Read, and hopefully just end the game. Or I can just attack, maybe force a trade, and then Rise Again it. But at least I can waste his Ranger's Guile here. Do I want to block? I guess I'm not blocking this, so I should have maybe attacked with the double Fed Imp. So I'll be taking 4 here. He's going to play out the Library Larcenist. I could go for a huge blowout as long as I can deal this 2-5, but we'll just take it here. We don't really want him to Fungal Rebirth and get it back, so and lose a 3-3 for no reason. I could also just attack with a Skeleton Archer and then activate the Pestilent Haze, but I'm going to lose my 1-3s. Alright, that would have been great if I have an extra land. Now what? I could just keep everything back. I do need my land drops. Just need my extra land here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pass here. I guess I don't mind taking another hit from a Shipwreck Dowser if need be. He can return another target permanent, like the King Glidemaster, I guess. I just want him to use this Fungal Rebirth eventually, so he doesn't combo off with a Shipwreck Dowser. So that's a huge problem. Alright, I guess killing the Fed Imp is nice here since I'm about to use the Pestilent Haze anyways. And I'll take 4. I guess now this has 2 counters on, so it's going to still be an issue for me to deal with. Alright, land is good. Now we can play out the Spine Megalodon. Install the board. Hopefully no counterspell. I guess he's holding priority, and now we can put a Rousing Reed onto the Spine Megalodon and start getting in. Or we can just keep it back and keep playing defense. But now the Spine Megalodon has hexproof, so he has no answer to it, and I can hold off the ground forever. I could just stall the board and not even attack, to be honest, and keep the Spine Megalodon back. Kraken. Okay, so he won't be able to tap it down. Huh. Guess I don't mind a Skeleton Archer and Rousing Reed here. I'll Rousing Reed onto the Spine Megalodon first. And I guess I'll ditch the Swamp. And then we can Skeleton Archer away the 1-2, I think. And I can keep the 5-6 back. I don't think I'm attacking here. Otherwise, he's just going to swing back. And that can be an issue. I mean, however, it does put him on the clock, but we'll just keep this back. So if he does go for an all-out attack, I do get some nice trades. And I can take 4 from the Shipwreck Dowser if he decides to go for an all-out attack. Next turn we have access to a single Swamp for the Feta Imp, so I could just go for an attack next turn, since I should be able to maybe keep up the Death Touch against the Tolarian Kraken. It would be kind of brutal if he has extra card draw. And I do I do want my second Spine Megalodon on the battlefield. Opponent can only bring a permanent back from his graveyard, so I guess he's thinking about getting back to Prime Malkin. I'm definitely going to block the Library's Larcenist. Sure, he taps something, but I don't think I care here. He's just using this for a desperate card draw attempt, and we can block with the Spine Megalodon, so... Is he looking to Fungal Rebirth? If he is, I'm actually quite happy that he's going to do that. So, Shacklegeist, okay, another flyer. I'm hoping he Fungal Rebirths here so I can just sweep the board. Right, opponent's still holding on to it, so now I guess I don't mind playing the Obsessive Stitcher and saying go, keeping the Spine Megalodon, and then I can start looting away and finding answers for the Tolarian Kraken and other threats. I could also just attack and put him on a 3-turn clock. Let's say attack and he swings back, what happens? I could still take 4, I guess, use the Fed Imp to block the Tolarian Kraken. I don't think it's necessary. I think we might lose if we attack with the Spine Megalodon. Hopefully end of turn he uses the Fungal Rebirth, but I think he's just keeping it for the Shipwreck Dowser. If he wants to tap something, that's fine. We should have enough blockers to deal with this. All I need is maybe a finishing blow to answer the Spore Web Weaver, and then we can start clocking the opponent. Since he's going to constantly tap down our Feta Imp, we could as well just use the Pestilent Haze if need be. And fine, if you use a removal spell, we can use Spine Megalodon to just trade off. I mean, not trade off, but block. Opponent's forced into a desperate situation where he needs to eventually outrace me, I think, with the flyers and his ground creatures. But I could just Pestilent Haze next turn if he decides to bounce my Fetid Imp. It's actually not a bad idea. He could just go for an all-out attack this turn. It seems like it. Sure. Right, opponent goes for an all-out attack. How do I want to do this? Let's block here. Double block here. And block here. And I don't want to kill the Shetrick Dowser because, again, he could just... he could just get it back with the Fungal Rebirth. So I think this block is correct. And then we can use the Pestilent Haze end of turn. But it's not a very good block for him to use. And hopefully he uses the Fungal Rebirth right now so I can sweep his board next turn. He might just get back the Keen Glide Master. Okay. So he's trying to find a Flying Wind condition, I guess. So I guess I don't mind just attacking with the Spine Megalodon now. Maybe we could chump. Huh. Maybe I can still stay back. I mean, I know the King. Maybe I can force him. Maybe I can wait until he plays the Keen Glide Master, and then I can use the Pestilent Haze next turn, because I do want to kill the Keen Glide Master if possible. Huh. Okay, and I do have a Fed back on defense, so if he decides to attack with all his flyers, we're still in good shape. And we can blow him out next turn with an... If he decides not to attack this turn, we can just use Pestilent Haze to blow him out. Okay, so he's just gonna give the Shipwreck Dowser flying, I assume. So we can just block the biggest threats, and then next turn sweep him. Alright, opponent just gonna go for an all-out attack. Makes sense, and then we can use the Pestilent Haze to finish him off. Alright, so this is gonna be pretty interesting. We're gonna block here, block here, block here, block here, block here, and then we're still gonna survive, so we're in good shape. And we're going to activate the Death Touch here, because why not? And then now we can use Pestilent Haze here. I could always just attack first. Yeah, let's just send everyone first. We'll bomb the Wall of Runes, no need for it. And now Pestilent Haze is a huge blowout. Opponent's definitely not going to get out of this one. And to keep ourselves safe, we could just play out the swamp here. Yeah, we got him. Second victim claimed. Let's keep climbing up until we get our lucky 7th victim. But yeah, Rousing Read on the Spy Megalodon, definitely a scary combo. Alright, doesn't seem good. We are on the play. There's a Teferi's Tutelage, but no blue mana. So do I actually mulligan this? I could risk it here, but if I don't get a single blue, we're definitely going to be in trouble. I mean, one can only dream, right? Let's keep. And hopefully we don't get punished too badly. But yeah, single blue would be nice, but alright, I think I'm going to get punished here. I shouldn't have kept this, but the Teferi's Tutelage was definitely very tempting. Blue mana, please. Nope. Alright, game over. So, I mean, I guess it's not game over if I can deploy my Vodalian Arcanist and maybe trade. Okay, well, I guess it's game over now. So, if I don't get my blue mana next turn, I think I'm just going to concede.
Together, we can achieve
Yep. Alright, so I shouldn't have kept his hand. What a bummer.
Your advance.
Let's not draw blue in the game. Okay. So, I guess it's not over yet. So, maybe I can Tutelage here. And what do I discard? Maybe See the Truth since I don't need it. I guess the wall isn't going to do anything now. Yeah, let's maybe ditch the wall. Or it does help me scry and save me a turn, so let's ditch See the Truth. I don't think we need it. So we're just going to die to this Basri Ket, I think. Unless we can find a way to deal with this Daybreak Charger and hold it off for a turn or so. But yeah, Basri's Ket is just going to get this -6 loyalty and win the game if I don't deal with it soon.
I trust in your abilities.
So now what? Maybe we just op here, hoping we get another blue land. Fed Imp isn't bad. I think we need an island. Yeah, I don't think this is beatable. Unfortunately, he's just gonna get to 6 loyalty too fast and kill us with his ultimate. So that was a bad keep. Should have just mulliganed that hand. But I got too greedy, so yep, this draft is gonna probably be disappointment. But who cares? We had fun. Our first couple of games. I just hope we get to 4 wins. That's all I'm hoping for. Yeah, 2-drop in the Basri is pretty broken. I don't think most people can beat that type of game plan. Unless there was a way to maybe bounce the 2-drop or get out of the way and then hit back Basri. There's no way I could have won that. Missing a land, missing the crucial blue mana that we needed. It was very risky. Gotta admit, that hand was definitely not something I should have kept. Okay, let's not make the same mistake and try to maximize our win percentages. Keeping the double swamp was just really, really bad. Here we have all our mana. Let's keep. And hopefully we can win through the air with a flying Spy Megalodon or perhaps Teferi's Tutelage. Alright, black-green, so a little bit more slower mid-rangey deck. I guess that's gonna gobble up the Rousing Reed. We'll see what he gobbles up here. I'll eventually kill off the Kite Sail Freebooter, so I'm fine if he eats the Rousing Reed here. And then we can try to find a Toolage or something eventually. It's probably the Rousing Reed that he has to take here. It makes the most sense. And I'm fine if he takes the Opt, since the Rousing Reed is just a better card. Alright. Rise Again. Rise Again is good if we can discard something and put it into our graveyard. Do I want it now? That's the only question. I do have another one in the deck. Maybe we just bottom it and hopefully we find something better. Eventually need to find removal for this Kite Sail Freebooter so I get access to a Rousing Reed. I want to eventually attach this onto Spy Megalodon and hope it steals the game. Deathloon Thallid, sure. My Wishcoin Crab can hold it off the turn after this, so I think I'm fine just staying back and taking 3. And as long as I can get to turn 6, the Rousing Reed can be nice, since Read the Tides can be nice since it can help me draw cards to find my win conditions. We'll take 3 for now. I don't really like to take 3, but it is what it is. And then hopefully this Wishcoin Crab can hold the fort for us. Devotee, okay. Sure. See the Truth, but not now. We'll just play out the Wishcoin Crab and we'll play See the Truth next turn. And I don't really want to Shipwreck Dowser for an Opt, to be honest, so I'm probably just going to cast to See the Truth. Pretty strange attack. I think I blocked the 3-2. Yeah, I have to block it here. Hopefully there's nothing. No pump tricks here, since this is going to hold off pretty well. Okay. At least he's not making a zombie end of turn, so... Do I cast See the Truth? I think I do, and keep up the black. Guess I'm fine tapping double blue for it. I could also just play Shipwreck Dowser, but it's not very useful. There's nothing really useful for me to get back. Guess I want to Spy Megalodon. We'll play out the land, and then hopefully it attacks with the Lilian's Devotee so I can trade off for it. I'll eventually get to land 7 for the Spy Megalodon anyway, so I think this is fine. Yep, that's a... Okay, I'm definitely going to... Yep. If he attacks with this, that might imply that he could have a potential... Okay. Shipwreck Dowser can maybe trade, or not. I could just Read the Tides and bounce. That could be a fine play, just to prevent some damage for a turn. I could also just draw 3 cards off of this. But I could also just Shipwreck Dowser and get an Opt and instant speed, and therefore that can hold off the... Yeah, we'll just do this, get an Opt at instant speed, and then that can allow us to hold off the Deathloon Thallid for a turn, since that also enables prowess, so... I guess we'll want the Opt here. I may force him to use a removal spell on the Shipwreck Dowser, I don't know. And hopefully we can find a land off the top for the Spy Megalodon. Well, he just has all the removal in the world. I guess I'll just be taking a beating here. Taking 5, not good. And maybe the Spy Megalodon can hold them off. Should be attacking the Devotee. Okay, I'm going down to 7. We're definitely in bad shape. Alright, hopefully maybe we can buy some time with our defense and get there. We'll see. Roaming Ghostlight, I'll take a Roaming Ghostlight. But we'll just play the Spy Megalodon first, I guess. I'll block the 3-2. Don't have a Rise again deck, but I think I have to go for it. Hopefully no Titanic growth, but I can't allow this to happen. He could always just make a 1. I guess he's doing this to just make a 1-1, I think, and then... Yeah, they always have the Titanic growth. That's so disappointing. Can you stop, opponent? Seriously? That's so fucking disappointing. So now what? I guess I can now Rousing Reed. Roaming Ghostlight, I mean. Bounce the token, but he's just going to keep making more. Yeah, this is not good. Yeah, we'll just Roaming Ghostlight here, bounce the token. Sigo. Opponent just had to add exactly Titanic growth to deal with the Spine Megalodon, so... I think we could just take maybe 3 again, and then use this Read the Tides next turn. But at least I guess that 8 the Titanic growth. Let's just take 3. Okay, so he's just attacking with both. I guess now we're fine with these trades. Before they get out of hand. Alright, not something I want to see. Skeleton Archer can maybe trade, maybe, so... Guess we'll play the Sanctum and then the Skeleton Archer. Maybe hopefully trade off for this 4-3. Used 2 removal spells already, so Hunter's Edge is game over, but this is what I have to do. Please no removal spell, then I can cast Read the Tides, draw my cards. Alright, I'll take 1. We'll block this 4-3. And hopefully he doesn't have anything else to cast here. Maybe I can just ditch the Read the Tides, because it is a lot of mana. Or I can hope he doesn't play anything. I guess he has a Fungal Rebirth to get it back. There's always the Fungal Rebirth, I think. He has a Fungal Rebirth here. Alright, Sanguine Indulgence. I guess he gains the life, so now he can just cast it again. Ooh, a Spine Megalodon. Excellent. Okay, so that's going to help us buy some time. And then eventually we can find a removal spell for this 1-2, and then give Rousing Reed to our Spine Megalodon and hopefully win with the Toolage. Alright, Strange Attack. I guess he has another trick. Could be an Alchemist gift, but I'm definitely blocking here. There's no reason for this attack. It doesn't make any sense. Alright, knew he had the Alchemist gift. He had it again in his hand. A bunch of Titanic growths, now the Alchemist gift, and now Blood Glutton. Is there any way we can actually win this? I don't think so. Okay, maybe I can bounce them both back for a turn. And cast, and hopefully the Obsessive Stitcher can do something. I could also draw 3 and Trump. But it's probably just a bounce trick here. I have to bounce these 2. And hopefully I can find something better next turn. He can just cast them both, so I'm just using this to buy a turn and hopefully dig for something more meaningful in the deck. Okay, is he going to cast a Kite Sail? I guess he is. Alright, so I do need something good off the top. Maybe a way to kill the 4-3. And then maybe eliminate on the Kite Sail Freebooter. That's quite excellent. I think we'll take the draw step here. Ditch the Wall of Runes, and now we can use Grasp of Darkness onto the Blood Glutton. And then we can play the Obsessive Stitcher, and then use it to reanimate something. Okay, so against the Spine Megalodon, can hold off the 5-6. Or we can sack this to get a Roaming Ghostlight and maybe buy it and maybe bounce it for a turn. I don't know. Pestilent Haze, or I can just Pestilent Haze. Do I really want to draw a card? Not really. I think what we want to do here is Pestilent Haze and then reanimate the our Spine Megalodon. Hopefully he doesn't draw anything. Yeah, let's bring back the Spine Megalodon. Ooh, and I can also rise again something. Yeah, let's not draw here, and then what we can do is we could rise again the second Spine Megalodon. I guess I don't mind Rousing Reed here. Yeah, we're Rousing Reed so we can maybe get an attack in, I think. Ditch the land, and then what we can do is we can rise again. Bring back the second Spine Megalodon to play defense. And then we can get in for 6 in the air and start clocking him. That seems good. Bottom the land. Opponent almost got there with his combat tricks and pseudo removal spells, but we managed to get close. Probably have to stay back next turn because he could just go for an all-out attack, and that can be pretty bad. Guess the Fed Imp is good here. We'll keep drawing. Ooh, that's nice. Right, so Fed Imp seems good here. And then hopefully we tap correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the spine, the skeleton archer. Shoot his face and then start hitting him in the air. So, yep, I guess we're going to win via damage and not by the Teferi's Toolage. So, we'll see. Opponent had everything this game, but we still managed to get there. So quite happy about this. Tavern Swindler to help him buy time, sure. Where's my tutelage? Finally, okay. I don't mind the Vidalian Arcanist. Alright, more Tavern Swindlers, okay. Guess he's going for the coin flip, so he's going to go down to 3, and if he gains 3, he's going to be at 6, I think. I don't know. What do we want back? I guess a Roaming Ghostlight. And then we just have a bunch of lands in the deck. If he misses his coin flip, we win. If not, he just gets an extra turn. Right. So next turn is lethal, so he needs to really get something off the top. Opponent with all the combat tricks and death touch and everything, we still managed to get there. I think, what was the turn that I managed to I guess it was the Grasp of Darkness and the Obsessive Stitcher in the same turn that managed to help us win. Yeah, opponent's just going for desperate all-out attack at this point. Is there anything that gives creatures trample? Probably not. We'll just block. Guess he could have a Pestilent Haze here, but that's fine. Yep. I mean, we still got him, so... Right, third victim claimed. Still need to get our fourth victim, of course. But yeah, as you can tell, the blue-black control is a very fun archetype and definitely very feasible. Opponent also dealt with both our Spine Megalodons with the Alchemist's Gift and the Titanic Growth, and we still managed to get there. Quite insane, to be honest. Alright, all of our colors. We do have an Op Wall and Obsessive Stitcher. Seems very good. I think we'll keep. We'll leave an Op, I think, so the opponent won't know that we have a Wall of Runes that we're going to play out. Seems like a strange strategy, but it's fine. I'm fine using an Opt even. Ooh, Sanctum. Sanctum is pretty good. I think I'll keep the Sanctum on top so it can help us find our loot effects. Wall's fine. I mean, not our loot effects, but our toolage. I think I'm fine bombing the island here since I'll eventually draw a whole bunch of them. And then the Sanctum can start looting away. Hopefully, yeah, we'll play out the Obsessive Stitcher and hopefully it doesn't kill it. Could have a Scorching Dragonfire end of turn. I might not even need to play the Sanctum, to be honest, until I get the Fairy's Toolage, since this Obsessive Stitcher is also doing the same thing, helping me loot for free, so... I'm just hoping it doesn't kill it, since I do want to reanimate eventually. Ooh, there we go, Toolage. Yeah, we just do it now, I think. And we can ditch the island. Next turn we can play out the Sanctum. I could have also just activated this, to be honest, but we'll stay back. So maybe the game plan now is to halt the mountains and get down our Spine Megalodons and mill them to death. So I do want my 5th land. Huh. But I think it might be more important to play Sanctum next turn. I think I'm fine taking 4, huh? We'll ditch the swamp. And then maybe if the Spellgorger Word gets even larger, we can prevent more damage from happening. Ooh, Spine Megalodon, that's a good one. So I'm actually down for the Sanctum. So then the Sanctum can eventually just we can loot the Spine Megalodon next turn, get an extra draw step with the Sanctum, and then rise again the Spine Megalodon to play defense. I'm liking how the opponent is just essentially just trying to get his lands out here. So this has trample. Do I really want to block this yet? Not really. So I guess I'm fine taking 6 down to 10, and next turn we can block it. Guess I can play the Shipwreck Dowser, have it chump the Spellgorger Weird, and then rise again and back. That's actually a pretty valid strategy. I think I'll do that over the Spine Megalodon, and if he attacks, I'm definitely going to block. Hopefully he doesn't have a way to give it trample, that's the only issue. As long as he doesn't have a way to give it trample or flying, I think we're in good shape. Alright, that's fine. And I'm fine chumping the 7/7, and then we can reanimate the creature again. Guess we don't mind just ditching the Skeleton Archer here. Pretty cute trick, and hopefully he doesn't have removal. If he does, it could be game over if he Scorching Dragon fires this. But we're just going to keep chumping with this, using Rise again to get back. So hopefully he's out of removal, and if he is, then we're in good shape. If not, then we're going to be in big trouble. Alright, crash through. I guess we're forced to chump this. And we're still going to, hopefully no removal here. That's going to be pretty bad. But he's going to get in for 5. Alright. So I'm definitely going to chump the 8/8 to prevent some damage from happening. I could just take 8, in fact. Yeah, maybe taking 8 isn't the end of the world, and we'd rather just bring back another creature, so... Yeah, no blocks. No shocks. I guess Sure Strike kills us here. Okay, we might just survive for another turn. We'll see. Ooh, Roaming Ghostlight, that's a good one, huh? I guess Op kills him next turn, so we could just opt instead. Yeah, I don't think the opponent has anything here. Even Grasp of Darkness to answer the 3/4 is pretty nice. So, yeah, we'll just draw it, and then mill his final card, and then we'll see if he has anything at instant speed next turn. Does he have a shock on his upkeep? Thanks. I don't think that does anything. I think he's just trying to show me his cards, sure. Alright, we got him. Teferi's Tutelage getting the job done. Shows how powerful of an uncommon is. So Teferi's Tutelage, Malefic Scythe, and Seasoned Hollowblade, definitely the best uncommons in this entire set. But I think pack 1, pick 1, I would still take Seasoned Hollowblade over the Teferi's Tutelage, but I would probably take Tutelage over the Scythe. But as you can see, it's a really powerful uncommon that just stole the game. So I'm glad that we have the mill strategy as an alternate win condition instead of flying through the air with a Rousing Reed Spine Megalodon that might or might not get there. But overall, yeah, pretty fun deck. Let's just, we claimed our 4th victim. Let's claim our 5th victim, and hopefully we can get to 7 wins with this. Since it is a really fun deck that I think it deserves 7. is fun enough that I wanted to get 7 wins, of course. Alright, we're on the play. No blue, but we do have turn 4 skeleton archers. Do I really want to keep this? Do I risk it here? I mean, we're on the play. We can't really go down a card. We'll keep. And as long as we get to turn 4 to skeleton archers, we should be able to be fine, I think. Maybe trade off, deal with a 1 toughness creature that the opponent plays early. Or if we manage to even get a land, that is. Snare Spinner's fine, so Snare Spinner not the... Okay. So now we should be fine. The question is, do I play out the Sanctum? I think I do. Don't think I need to play out the Skeleton Archer too early. The Skeleton Archer can be decent pressure maybe to attack into the 1-3. But I guess it can answer the 2-1. I guess it can't answer it anymore. So now what? I guess the Wall Runes can hold it off, so we could just take the turn to Sanctum here. I don't hate it. And we get some extra draw steps to find some better playables, take a bit of damage from this Prime Malkin, and hopefully find a Toolage or something to... Okay, well, the cats are in the house, so we're going to be taking 4. We'll block the 1-3, there's no reason not to block it. Cats are out of the bag, so... Oh, I guess that destroys the artifact, never mind. Well, that definitely put a halt to our game plans, and if we Rousing Read, it's going to do the same. So what we're going to do is we're just going to play out the Wall of Runes, and hopefully trade for this Prime Malkin, which I don't mind trading for. Read the Tides at 6. Don't think we'll get there yet, so we'll bomb it perhaps. Although it is quite nice, but this Feline Sovereign definitely halted the game, so... I could just double block this perhaps, since it has Trample. Has to deal combat, so... Alright, is he trying something here? Maybe a Hunter's Edge? Wow, the opponent just has everything. I guess we'll be taking 4, and then blocking the 1-3. And take... Yeah, we'll be taking 4 from this Prime Malkin, and then holding these 2 off here. And eventually, hopefully he runs out of answers, because this isn't good. Maybe we can find a Spine Megalodon or something off the top. This isn't going to get us anything. Guess we're just forced into playing the Skeleton Archer, as mediocre as it seems. And then we'll just keep playing defense, hopefully, and we can find something. I could also Rousing Read on the 0-4. That's actually not a bad idea too. I'm definitely going to block the 4-3. I might just double block the 4-3. This might... Yeah, we'll block like this. I could also just block like this as well. In case there's something... I mean, there could be a Titanic Growth. This is definitely a weird attack. He's definitely offering us the free trade. He could have a Shock. I don't know. This is a weird attack. I think we're just going to block like this. Like, I could kill the Feline Sovereign, but this is definitely a weird attack, so he probably has something here, like a removal spell or a pump trick. Given that he's attacking with both into this, it's kind of weird. And then once I force the pump trick, maybe perhaps I can Rousing Read onto one of my creatures and use it as a good blocker. And hopefully none of the cats get through anymore, and then... Okay. Guess the opponent was fine with it. Maybe he was just bluffing, I don't know. But I guess the cats no longer have Trample, so I'm quite happy about that. The Leafkin Dryad is a bit of an annoying problem, though. But I guess now I can bounce the Feline Sovereign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To get rid of the token, or I can Rousing Read. Maybe it's fine doing this. bouncing the Feline Sovereign so it loses the counter, and then if he attacks with a Forgery, I'm fine trading the Roaming Ghostlight for it. Could be holding up the Ranger's Guile. I think that's what he's holding up. And if that's the case, I might want to double block. Alright, that's fine. Yeah, I'm fine with him wasting his Ranger's Guile, since I can still hold off the 3-4 and trade the 3-2. I mean, he must be, I don't know, he must be banking on a very lucky top deck to waste a Ranger's Guile like that, because I could have had like a removal spell, like a Grasp of Darkness instead. So yeah, just buying some time. This seems good. Seems like we're in good shape, just buying time, finding our big bombs and whatnot. That's a good card, okay. So we're not out of the woodworks yet. We're definitely going to trade for the 3-4. I mean, block it. We're definitely going to block the 3-4. We could also kill it. Double block it. Which is also a fine option. Like, I don't hate just double blocking and getting rid of this. But the wall just holds it off instead. Maybe the wall, huh? Yeah, the wall's fine. Just block the wall. And we can Toolage for the victory, perhaps. Ooh, Spy Megalodon. Hopefully I find a Rise again, but I'm definitely going to put that in the yard. And now we can kind of slow it. We can just put him on a clock. He's probably going to just activate the Leafkin Druid, I think, to drain us for 4 per turn while going for an attack, I think. But now he's definitely on the clock since I'm on the mill plan. Guess I don't mind blocking like this, taking 1 from the Goblin Arcanist. Alright, I guess that's going to die. Never mind, so I'm forced to maybe double block the 3-4 next turn or play out the Shipwreck Dowser. Okay, I do want to get something good back with the Roaming Ghostlight, but maybe I can draw into something here. Do I need double blue? Let's try to draw into something good. And I'd rather put the Rousing Reed onto the Voldalian Arcanist since it can at least block off the 3-4 instead, and then the 3-2 can trade for the 4-3 if he decides to attack with it. Because I do need to find an answer to this Leafkin Avenger. Ooh, See the Truth? Why not? And then maybe I'm gonna find a removal spell for this Leafkin Avenger and hopefully stabilize. Okay, Rise Again isn't bad. I can also just bring back the Obsessive Stitcher. What can the Rise Again get back? I guess the Spy Megalodon, but maybe the Obsessive Stitcher can help us loot quicker. Huh. We could Rise Again next turn. But maybe the game plans to mill him with the Obsessive Stitcher, so we might need the Obsessive Stitcher, but the Obsessive Stitcher can also mill, so I think we're in okay shape. We'll just say go. He's just going to activate the Leafkin Avenger end of turn, which sucks. Because that's just going to deal 4 face damage to me, so I'm on the clock. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, hopefully it doesn't drain me out. So I have 2 more turns. The next turn... I guess next turn I have to win. Or deal with the Leafkin Avenger, so we're definitely going to be in trouble. Okay, this is fine. I think I like this. And I'm fine going down to 4. Let's try this. I guess that destroys a target Toolage, never mind. Oh crap, yeah, I should have held off the Feline Sovereign, but at least I got a nice block out of it. So now we might have to win the game with, like, the Obsessive Stitcher, perhaps. Ooh, Spy Megalodon? I can't cast it, though. I guess I can get back See the Truth and trade. Seems fine. Yeah, I threw in a reanimation spell on the bomb, so that doesn't feel good. Brontodon, I guess that can destroy my Rousing Reed. And then he can get in for a decent attack, so I'm forced to chump perhaps, and trade off for the 3-3. Yeah, I forgot when this connects, he can get rid of a target artifact, so definitely not thinking correctly in this matchup. Alright, I have the Grasp of Darkness, but I think this turn we just play out the Obsessive Stitcher. And hopefully we get a reanimation spell going. We'll just pass. Forgot that this destroys enchantments, so that was a huge misplay for me. Hopefully he uses a Hunter's Edge here. Okay, so what I can do here... Alright, that's not good. Guess we're kind of forced into chumping. I guess this can pump it, so it can be used as a chump blocker, so I guess that's not bad. So now what I can do is I can block like this, or I can go the other way around. Like I can maybe block here and block here. I don't really have any enchantments to get back, so maybe it's fine to just block like this now. Yeah, let's block like this. And if he sacks the Thrashing Bronodon to get rid of my Rousing Reed, that's also not good, so... Alright, kind of dodged the Scorching Dragonfire there, so... We're in decent shape. I can now activate the Stitcher if I want to. I can also attack for 2. Let's cast Seed of Truth. Rise Again seems excellent. I can now Rise Again, I guess, and get back my Spine Megalodon or Roaming Ghostlight and try to win the air. Let's just Rise Again the Spine Megalodon. I think that's the only way we can kind of win, is by playing these 5/7s that can constantly chip in. And we'll keep the Obsessive Stitcher. I don't really want to loot with the Obsessive Stitcher because Pestilent Haze might be useful. Or I can ditch the Pestilent Haze. I might just Pestilent Haze next turn, perhaps. I think I'm fine attacking and then playing out the second Spine Megalodon. I think we should be in good shape. And we also have this Obsessive Stitcher as a second reanimation spell. And we still have a good amount of blockers, so we're still in great shape here. Spore Web Weaver, okay. Eliminate seems pretty good. Huh. I can eliminate the Brontodon. I could just go for an attack here, and if he tries some weird block, I can just eliminate and keep one of them back. I think I don't mind doing that. We'll start attacking. I could also attack with both, but that's a little bit too risky because he could just swing back and kill me, so we'll get in there for 5. And keep up the Obsessive Stitcher and eliminate. And hopefully we can just win there with these Spine Megalodons getting some attacks in. Opponent's thinking if he wants to block or not. Opponent just takes it. Okay. And I guess I can also sacrifice my Obsessive Stitcher at instant speed to bring back the Roman Ghostlight. So that's also what I can also consider here. So we do have options: the Obsessive Stitcher, reanimating the Roman Ghostlights, eliminate, dealing with the Hobble Fiend or the Thrashing Bronodon, whichever one is being a nuisance. Opponent's looking at our graveyard quite heavily. He's wondering what I can get back, and it's going to be a Roman Ghostlight that I can reanimate. Creatures without flying can't attack this turn, okay. Can't block, okay. Sure, I still have access to the Roman Ghostlight, so... Opponent's just going to go all out, okay, we'll see what he tries. Yep. And we can activate the Obsessive Stitcher, I think. Bounce back the Hobble Fiend. And if he tries to use any tricks, we can just use Eliminates and take 2 here. So I think we got this game. This is going to be our 5th victim. Alright, there we go. Currently 5-2. And hopefully we can get to 6 wins and this video will be worthy of an upload. But right now, yeah, we are definitely doing fine. Lost 2 games in a row, but now we're getting back there. Claimed our 5th victim. Let's get our 6th victim. But as you can tell, blue-black control is a thing in this set. And it can be quite potent with the right payoffs and reanimation spells. Alright, we have an Eliminates and Pestilent Haze. I'm gonna get greedy and wait one more turn before he plays another 2 toughness creatures, because it seems like he. So fine, taking 3 for now, and then we can use the Pestilent Haze next turn. Definitely not going to take another hit from this Seasoned Hollowblade, but this is fine. Okay, so then this is going to be a huge blowout if the opponent plays another 2 toughness creature. Okay, so yep, that's nice. So always be greedy with your Pestilent Hazes. So this could just win us the game if the opponent doesn't get anything too crazy next turn. So we'll just Pestilent Haze, and then end of turn we can use the opt. So got the best uncommon out of his out of the board, and then the Watcher Sphere is also very powerful and uncommon that we managed to get there. Now we can use Siege Striker to eliminate the Siege Striker. He could have a Feeder Resistance, so I think I'm going to I could bond the land. Do I want the land? Not really. I have land 5 already. I think I'm just going to eliminate the Siege Striker right away, because there's a chance that he could have Feeder Resistance up, so this is fine. And I can play out the Fetid Imp and trade it off for the 3/1. I'm almost to land 7 for the Spine Megalodon, so that can also help us stabilize. But we're definitely getting there. So now what do I want from the Shipwreck Dowser? I definitely want to trade for the Daybreak Charger. Pestilent Haze is very good, but I think we want to eliminate. And because I'm fine trading the 3/3 for the 3/1 here. Definitely trading. I can also Rise Again the Shipwreck Dowser and get back again over and over infinitely with the Rise Again, so that's also a pretty cool combo. Okay, that's going to start hitting us in the air. So maybe the, I guess I can Rise Again, get back the Pestilent Haze. That's actually quite reasonable too. Yeah, let's do that instead. Gotta prevent the 3 damage somehow. And this will disincentivize him from playing anything else. Hopefully no Feeder Resistance, otherwise he'll be clocking us for 4 in the air. But I think I still go for it. Let's move to attacks. I could just play out the Spine Megalodon instead, maybe that's safer. Yeah, maybe this will prevent him from deploying more threats. And maybe we can race him on the ground. He's probably saving Feeder Resistance for the Gale Swooper anyways. So yeah, let's Pestilent Haze here, and if he uses Feeder Resistance, we'll just use Roaming Ghostlight to bounce it back. I do lose out on some damage, but this does bait him. Yup, knew it. So we're going to allow this to resolve, and then we can bounce back the Gale Swooper here. And then we can get him for 5. We'll bomb the land, and I guess we bounce the Gale Swooper to prevent damage from happening. And we can also use a trade-off eventually, so... So now we are out-tempoing the opponent. Guess I'll keep the flyer back to block the 3/2 in case something happens. I guess this is lethal. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I guess we'll just attack with everything. And then we can use the Skeleton Archer to finish him off. Grasp of Darkness seems nice. But yeah, the Pestilent Haze definitely overperforming, so happy that I took it. I guess I'm off by 1, so... guess we're not out of the woodworks yet. We'll just cast a Skeleton Archer and go face. I highly doubt he has 5 damage in his hand. Could just play the Voldanian Arcanist and have Eliminate up, I don't know. We'll see. But there's no way he can win this one. Alright, yep, guess we just go for an all-out attack and it's just game over, I think. Or no board wipes that I need to be afraid of. And yep, Pestilent Haze, definitely the MVP of this battle. We'll take a Rise again, why not? Reanimate our creatures, whatever he trades for. I might just make a part 2 video after this to see if I get the final boss, but yep. Blue-black control, getting the job done. Alright, currently 6-2. Let's get the final boss out of the way, shall we? I'm going to make a part 2 video for the final opponent since I'm running low on minutes and it's almost 2 hours for my recording time. So yeah, I was a little bit tilted around like game 3 when I was at I was 3-2, but now I managed to get 3 wins in a row. I'm gonna see you guys in the next part 2 video.